All right, so I'm trying to think differently now. Also, what's going on? What's up, nephew? Okay, let me turn down this music, and I will get to explaining. So, I have been doing a thing. I have since first. I'm back from like my vacation is over now. I didn't stream yesterday because yesterday sucked. I'm gonna give it a buck. Yesterday was a horrible day at work. I think I did not get home until about 8:30 ish. I think. Usually I'm home by like 5. Like today, I think I was home by like 5:30. Um. So yeah, yesterday absolutely 1000% sucked. But we're going to start doing some things differently. My experiment, so to speak, has produced some interesting fruit. So, um, and what I mean by that is that hold on, let me get rid of this. Like, just kind of like peeping some stuff. Also, I just realized that the music is not playing here. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it or not. Okay, now you guys should be able to still hear it. Okay. Anyways, so I have been experimenting with a lot of YouTube shorts. I basically started an experiment with that 2 weeks ago, like when by like Wednesday of like 2 weeks ago. And it was like either Wednesday or Thursday, and I've been basically trying out um a system of just constantly posting, so to speak. And with that system, I was able to do a full week. I posted 2 clips every single day, generally around the exact same time each time, just to see what it would do. We basically are at we did a full week last week, and then this would be like the second week now. And I wanted to see just exactly how that would work out. And ultimately, it turned out well. Um, Normally I'd be sitting like if I don't upload anything, I would be sitting around about I'd say about give or take probably about it's like close it's about like 500 views, 600 views. Like it's like especially if I'm streaming, but I'm just not posting any like clips or anything, any shorts, or obviously I haven't been posting any videos because I just have not exactly like I'm not touching the video aspect until I figure out what I wanted to do, which I'm getting to. I've got an idea of what I want to do now. Um, if you posted a Horse Girl Gotcha gameplay, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, yeah. Um, but what I did discover is that I went ahead and decided to do 2 clips, 2 shorts a day, and let that do its thing, and then kind of went from there to just do um to see what would happen. I went from about like a 500, and then when I would post a clip, I'd be up to about like 2,000, 3,000 views for that time period until like those views kind of like died off. So with me doing this system, we went from I explained it already. We went from about like 3,000 to about like 5,000 to about 10,000 to about 25,000 to I think as of just recently. A matter of fact, I'm gonna check it right now. Last time I looked at it, we were up to 37,000 views within just these past 2 weeks. For the month of July, we're up to like 37,000 views, which again, that's good. So that kind of like showed me a thing that obviously posting consistently and then also kind of like working it into your whatever you're doing for the channel, it works. But ultimately, since I'm not posting any long form videos, there was an issue there because it's looking at the streams, it's looking at freak, it's looking at the streams, it's looking at the the clips that I'm posting, and it's just like trying to figure out what it is. And then it also is looking at the long form videos that I already had on the channel and it's trying to figure out, okay, what is this channel about? And so that got me like earlier today, I was just kind of like sitting back, like what I tend to do when I'm at work. If you guys didn't know, I tend to just go down a rabbit hole of just listening to various different things. Like I'll pop into streams here and there, but then it's just like, all right, I got to get my brain back into C1 content creator mode so that I can get through work without realizing I'm actually at work. um, so what it was is that it kind of like made me realize, okay, so there has to be a working system for this to work. Obviously, I can't stream on my main channel because if I stream on my main channel, the way I stream doesn't make sense for YouTube because I do just various different things. I never stay truly cohesive in any one thing. So to explain that, just last week when I was on vacation, I had a stream of Death Stranding. I had a stream of Terminal Brigade. I had like two streams of Mecha Break. I had a stream of Game Stonks. It is just like YouTube is looking at that like clearly you play games, but what is the who am I sending these videos to? What is the target audience? Because I can't send Mecha Break clips and videos to somebody that's looking for Death Stranding because 9 times out of 10 they probably won't correlate. And then I also can't send hold on, I just realized that I don't think my chat is actually showing up. So prepare for a bunch of like text to appear on the screen all at once, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. But also what's going on, Potsy? Uh but like YouTube is looking at that, it's just like, okay, I can't send Death Stranding clips to somebody that's looking for Game Stonks. I can't send Game Stonks to somebody that's looking for Mecha Break. I can't send Mecha Break to somebody that's looking for Terminal Brigade. I can't send Terminal Brigade to somebody that's looking for Death Stranding. It's getting confused. And so it's just like, all right. And then I already hinted at what I was possibly thinking about doing for my YouTube channel. So I was like, you know what? What's one series? What I already I asked this question last time. Again, I doubt like I'll say it again. I asked I think it was like what 2 streams ago. I was just like, what is one thing that all the games that I had in common? And nobody guessed. Potsy already knew the answer, but I was just like asking everybody else to see if they were aware of what I had been doing all last week. I was like, Terminal Brigade, Game Stonk, and I feel like there was another game. I just can't quite remember what it is. Like I feel like I'm spacing it out. But a lot of the games that I basically had been playing were all rogue like or light games, and I was just like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do on my YouTube channel. That's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on rogue like or light games, rogue like or and rogue light games, basically. Because the fact is that when I usually play those games, I'm a bit more engaged with it because of the fact that it's so randomized, and it was just basically all kinds of various different things that like my brain was able to just like stick and just understand what it was that I'm doing. And then on top of that, there's a section for that on YouTube, and it makes it a lot easier if I'm like, okay, I got Warriors Abyss, I have Rift Storm that I can play, I have Terminal Brigade that comes out at the end of the month, I have Game Stonks that come out at the end of the month, I have Risk of Rain, I have what else did I have? Uh Rent Lord. That was the other one, I think. I have what else? Like I have a entire like library of rogue like and or light games that I could just be literally playing at any point in time. And then the easiest thing about that is that I could easily make videos on that. I can turn those into shorts. I can do reviews on all these games. And then the one thing that it would all have in common is that rogue aspect of it. So then YouTube is just like, okay, if he keeps mentioning rogue like and or light, I know I can start sending these to people that are looking for these types of games. So, for example, somebody's looking for Risk of Rain, and then they might be interested in seeing Terminal Brigade. They might be interested in seeing uh I mean, they could be interested in Balatro. They could be interested in some of these other games, Game Stonks. So it's just like all that stuff can like correlate into something that, you know, YouTube could possibly understand. I just gotta like pick 3 games, stick with those, which obviously the third I'm gonna end up picking is Game Stonks and Terminal Brigade, and maybe Rent Lord or something. I don't know. Like there will be a third game in there, but like I know for a fact those 2 games I'll be focusing on my YouTube. So if you guys have probably peeped, if you for those that tend to watch on YouTube, I'm not live on YouTube right now, and that is because I have made a third channel now, and that third channel is going to be where I post all of my VODs at. And then what I'm also going to do is that I'm going to take those VODs. That's where I'll get my clips from, obviously. I'm gonna post those into the VOD channel. So I'll be posting all the shorts dealing with the streams into the VOD channel, just so that I can have that a little bit of a cohesion going. What am I gonna do on my main channel? Obviously, I just said it. I'll be playing a lot of roguelikes. I'll be recording, so, like I'll play it like I'm gonna try to get like a video every week, maybe every week. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to get a video up every week. I'll take some of those, like the concepts of those videos, turn them into shorts, and then post those on the shorts. Um, and then that will be what I'll do on the main channel. And you guys still remember my secondary channel, Chris One's Thoughts, or C1's Thoughts, actually. So on that secondary channel, obviously, if this process works, then I have content because of the fact that it will give me something to talk about on that channel because it's just like, hey, I did something that a lot of people are working on. I actually made a game plan, I stuck to it, and now I have an entire system that I can actually explain because I just did it. And here's the proof, and then I can show it, and you know that's a whole topic. And plus, it's just a vlog, it's like a vlog thing, so it's just like me talking about various different things. So it's just like that gives me a more than enough stuff to talk about on that channel. So then once that happens, then it's just like between 2 channels that are like in a sense making progress. Obviously, my main channel, and then the vlog channel, and then the VODs channel, the third channel, because everyone's just like, if you're interested in those, either one of those 2 channels, you're going to be somewhat interested in the third channel because of the fact that it's just you probably got invested in who I am, which means then you're on the community aspect of everything, and then boom, it all just flows together basically. And so all that can just lead back to the streaming and just lead to various different things, and then a whole process. I literally kind of had to like think this up and then just kind of like map it out, even though it's like it's not guaranteed that it will work, but it's a process. So if it something starts to work, that can refine it, reform it, make it even better, and you know, we'll just go from there. So ultimately that is the game plan. So obviously, like I just said, I will not be streaming on my main channel anymore. I will be focusing on the getting videos and getting shorts for that general genres, just so I can kind of revamp that channel, and then we'll go from there. Streams will stay the same though. I just won't be streaming on the main YouTube channel. They'll be going to the VOD channel. So like even right now, I'm recording this to go to the VOD channel because I can't stream on it yet. I gotta wait 24 hours. So the next time I do go live, um, hopefully I'll be able to stream to that channel. Possibly, we'll see. If not, I'll just upload another. I'll just record another thing and then just upload it later, and we'll kind of go with it at that rate. So, um, yeah, we're doing things. We're getting everything mapped out. We're getting a game plan. Like I said, I think I mentioned this. I know I definitely like was talking to Neko about it, but I literally told myself, I'm like, now I'm getting everything in a process. I'm getting it working. I'm going to get it all flowing, and I'm going to be moving at such a pace that it's just gonna be like, look, either you're with me or I'm just gonna keep moving. Like I can't slow myself down anymore. I can't do this little fumbling around things. Like I'm setting a path and I'm running through that path. Like I'm not walking. I'm not like stopping. Like, oh, pretty flowers, or hey, you tripped and fell. Let me help you up. I got things I got to do. So I'm trying to, you know, get this stuff flowing, get this stuff going, and I'm making it all happen. And, you know, it is what it is at that point. So if you got like I'll link the VODs channel once I actually have things in order. Um, I don't like the only reason why I'm not promoting it right now is because of the fact that I kind of want it to do its thing. So even though I said I have a VODs channel, and I intentionally did not tell you guys what it was yet. Um, I want to get so the thing is that when you talk about something, and that's kind of like that's something that I kind of like started learning too, is that like when you promote something and if people don't and automatically like sure they can subscribe to it and it's just like yeah you got a subscription and then they'll watch like a video, but if they don't consistently watch that video, if they're not like actually there to like watch every single video you post, you're kind of in a sense hurting yourself. So like when I made C1's thoughts, I promoted it, I told everybody about it, and then people was like start subscribing to it, but not everybody wants to watch every single video. So then I would upload another video and upload another video, and like the initial like first boost went amazing. Like I only have like 10 subscribers, but it's got like 40 views. That's 4 times the amount of like the subscription to watch is like 4 times higher, so that's always a good thing. But let this finish. What's going on,
Chrysalis
So?
1111111111111. Need this new vest. I can't get the blood out anymore.
What's going on, So? Thank you for the 40 months. You are still official agent of the agency. You have diplomatic immunity. Blicky, best agent on Twitch, and your choice of a suit and or vest. But when you upload a video, to also what's going on, Silence and J Rock. When you upload a video to YouTube, and then you kind of like you have all these people that are currently like subscribed to your channel, and then YouTube is like, okay, you got like 50 people that are subscribed to your channel. You uploaded a video. We're going to push these out to those 50 people because they already subscribed. So they should want to watch your video. And then like 4 of you guys watch it. Then are like, YouTube is just looking at it like, you had all these people that were watching, but now they don't watch. So is this not a good video? It gets confused. That like essentially what I was talking about earlier. So that's why it's just like, I won't promote my videos until it already has a general community. And so it's just like, once and then another thing that I want to kind of like also focus on is the idea that when you do make a channel, like again, as I mentioned earlier, I go down rabbit holes of just like YouTube knowledge, streaming knowledge, all these different things. Like when I'm at work, I'm a lot of time like I'll pop into people, like I said, I pop into people's streams, then I'll jump right back into just like going down a rabbit hole of learning different things and trying like so that once it's in my brain, I start finding ways to implement it and try to find ways to work it. So obviously, say for example, you upload a video to YouTube. YouTube's whole thing is that it wants to keep people on the website, obviously. So if you upload a video and you get 100 views on it, and then it's just like YouTube wants to recommend another video from you, but you only have that one video. You kind of see the error and the confusion there. So what I'm also thinking about doing is that when I upload a video, I want to like try to get like 5 videos out all at once. So like if people are like, oh yeah, this is a dope video, let me watch let me see if they got something else. Then they kind of go down a rabbit hole of just videos that you already have up. And then, it boom, now you got something going in a sense. So if you got like 5 videos up and then you get those like, and then, you put shorts in there so they can reach more people. And then those shorts kind of like link back to those videos. Like you got like a string of like watch time to like that you could build off of, and then like YouTube sees that and they're just like, oh, a lot of people are watching this person's videos, let me go ahead and recommend it to more people that are just like this person because it knows that person's watching patterns. Boom. That's like that's how my brain has been like operating. So it's just like, okay, instead of me just immediately throwing up a video, let me get a couple of videos ready, kind of like throw them all up at once. then put some shorts in there to sprinkle it in throughout the period so that they can link back to that video, because that's another thing that you should always try to do, is just like have your videos cohesively connect to each other through some way, shape, or form, and kind of go from there. So again, my brain is moving, it's doing various different things, and I'm like formulating game plans, getting all this different stuff. I'm explaining it to you guys right here and right now. um but just know I have a game plan, and I'm going to try to make all this work. I have a goal by the end of the year that I want to have one of these channels partnered. I want to try to get partnered over here on Twitch too. But for that to happen, I got to, obviously get myself going into a flow, which I'm still planning on, as I mentioned before, redefining that aspect and the idea of a community, because at the end of the day, a channel doesn't exist without a community. And so I'm trying to, rework a bunch of things while working this job, like all these changes and stuff. It's just a lot of just different things that are just in my brain doing stuff right now, and I'm trying to get it all to flow together. So bear with me. We're gonna make this happen. Uh, Thank y'all for those that are consistently here and sticking with me and making this work. Um, we're gonna get this work. We're gonna make it happen. So, um, yeah. Without further ado, I should probably get ready to play some Death Stranding. But before I even do all that, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? I saw J-Rock's question. I didn't get a chance to actually fully read it because I was like in the flow state. Um, if you could choose between $40 million at once or 1 million a year for the rest of your life, would you blow it all on cheesecake? Hell the fuck no. Like, as much as I do like to eat cheesecake, I have not had cheesecake in like the past like 4 months. Now I think about it. What's going on, Suchi? Did you see the new One Piece episode? No. Like, I guess you just completely missed the whole thing of me saying I was at work till 8:30 yesterday, which means I put in 12 hours at work, and then I came home and I've been just trying to get stuff situated because all right. So I gotta have a uncle talk to my nephew right now. You watching One Piece, there's nothing wrong with that. That is a way to pass time. But I have become so headstrong and focused on just making something shake that I am willing to cut off a lot of my extra spare free time to focus on something that I'm determined to make work. This is what I've been saying to you, is that when you were T little bitty nephew, when you were just like 8 and 9, when you were talking about you wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I was saying, go for it. Don't let anything stop you. Make it happen. And then you stopped. And then you were like, oh, I want to be a streamer. And I'm like, you have a console, stream from it. And you never did it. And then you were like, well, I don't have all the resources. I don't have this. I don't have that. And I was just like, you don't need that. You just need to do it. You need to get started so that you can build up a skill set for it. Because when you build up a skill set for it, you set a foundation. When you set the foundation, it starts to become easier to build the things. When it becomes easier to build the things, then you'll actually get the resources to actually make things happen. This is why, and now that you're out of school, you're trying to get a job. Once you get a job, you're not going to have that free time. I promise you, because then you're going to be tired from work, depending on your job. And when you're tired from work, you're just going to be like, okay, I want to eat. I want to do one thing. Like, all this free time that you got just to be able to sit back and watch anime, that's about to end. I'm letting you know this right now from experience, because when I got out of high school, I was like, I'm out of high school. I'm about to kick it with my friends and stuff. And then real life started to hit me. It was just like, okay, I got bills. I have things I need to take care of. There's things that I want to do. And then it's just like my brain started to shift even more. And then I realized, okay, there's this thing called streaming that I actually have a very strong passion for. So I started to like invest my time into that. And when you actually kind of like start taking things a bit more seriously, you will start to realize, okay, some things are going to have to get left behind and some things are going to have to just be cut off completely. I have been sacrificing a hell of a lot of time to hang out with my friends because I used to do that pretty consistently. Like when I wasn't at work, I would go kick it with my friends and we would just go off and do dumb stuff. We would drink, play games at somebody's house, and just kind of vibe. And then sometimes we'll go out of town and just go like just exploring. All that could have been like in a sense ways that I could have been just like vlogging, doing different things. I could have turned that into content in some way, shape, or form because that's where my passion is like doing this. But it's just like once I got older, I'm like, I don't have near like especially with my job now, I'm like, I don't have nearly as much free time. Like I go in at work at 8:30 in the morning. I usually don't get home until about like 5:30, 6:30, just depending on the day. And then I kind of have to like, okay, what do I need to do around the house? What do I need to get ready for the next day of work? Or if I'm happen to be off, then it's just like, okay, what bills do I have to pay? What conventions do I have coming up? Because I got to start saving up for TwitchCon here. All these various different things that I'm trying to like manage and figure out. And it's just like, okay, now, now it's like more than ever, I need this streaming thing to take off because if I can have that take off, then that means I can actually have more free time. As I said earlier before, time is your most precious currency. You can always find a penny on the ground. You can probably always get a dime. You can find a nickel just about anywhere. You can find a quarter just about anywhere. You're probably not going to find a half a dollar because they don't make those anymore. But if you find a half a dollar, hey, congratulations. You'll be able to get a dollar. Once you start working, you'll be able to get $5. You get $10. You'll get a $20 bill. You'll get a $100 bill. You're always going to be able to get money as long as you're willing to work. But the one thing that you can never get back is time. So that, and that's like, in all honesty, to be rich is not to have a lot of money. It's to have a lot of free time to do what you want to do. That's, that is my goal is to have free time. I want to have free time again to do the things that I want to do. That is the reason why I'm so passionate about this because of the fact that I know that if I can get this to work, that means that I can get my time back. That means I can leave my job so I can do the things that I want to do. So that's why I'm always so thankful for anybody that pulls up because of the fact that you are literally trading your time, your precious currency, to help me make my dream come true. Which then, if I can have my dream come true, that means that I can in turn try to do things and give back to you guys for helping me make my dream come true. So that's as I kept telling you, invest your time wisely. You ask me if I watched One Piece, I'm gonna give it a buck. I don't care about One Piece like that. I'm being 100% honest. One Piece is dope, but it's always going to be there. A year down the line, as long as there's still internet, I'll be able to find the next. I'll be able to find whatever episodes of One Piece that I have not watched yet. Like literally, One Piece came out when I was what 13. It came out for on 4Kids. I think I watched up to when he was how far did I watch up to it on 4Kids? I know I saw him beat what's his face? Is the where the Netflix one ended. I watched all the way up to that point. And then I kind of like fell off of it. And then literally what, 20 years later, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and rewatch all of One Piece all the way up to where they're at now. And I did that because I just kind of like gave myself the free time to do that. And it took me what, about like 5 months to watch all the way from the beginning all the way up to the end. And I caught up. But it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, all those years of me not watching One Piece, I was able to catch back up on it. It's always going to be there. Same thing with my video game backlog. I'll get these games and stuff, and I'm like, dang, I got a huge backlog. That's fine though, because if I at some point in time, if I ever make it to the point that I'm successful and I have all that free time, I can go back and enjoy those games. But if I never make it to the point of being successful, then I can never enjoy those games because I don't have the free time. So I'd rather put in the work to give myself that freedom and then, you know, enjoy it when I get there. So like a lot of times, like as like moving forward, like I might like dabble in an episode here or there, but like being thirsty for it when it first comes out, no, I'm not. like now, especially now that I got this game plan, I'm really not about to give myself a whole lot of free time. Like I'll have to, in a sense, I'll have to get myself lined up for like the next 2 weeks to give myself the free time to like take a day off in a sense because I just know I got to make this work some way, shape, or form. So, and I want you to kind of like get an idea of that mindset because it's like once you understand that and once you're just like gung ho about what you want to do, then you'll kind of understand that, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are just like, I have to make this work. I have to do this because, I want to, make these things happen. Again, not everybody's the same way, but this is how I am now. Let's put it that way. I want you to understand that now that you'll be 19 here soon, and you got to like, get that thought process of like, okay, I'm an adult. It's okay to dabble and enjoy some free time, but I can't just like sit back and just do this all the time, like basically, because I know you said like, oh, I'm about to rewatch One Piece for the fifth time in a row. Why have you spent all that extra free time watching the same thing over and over and over again when you could have been investing your time in doing something else differently that you like a passion of yours and then finding a way to turn that passion into a side hustle or something like that. Like that's my thought process. Like again, there's nothing wrong. Like sometimes like I'll kick back and like, I'll sit in Discord, I'll work on some stuff and then I'll just kick back with like everybody that's in Discord and I might play a game with them because in a sense I've given myself that freedom. Like right now, if I was to show you guys how I had my like clips set up, I don't have to upload another clip until Thursday because I got myself that far ahead. But I'd rather have myself set up for the rest of this month before I'm just like, okay, now I can truly sit back because then when I do stream, I can go back into those streams and then make clips out of that. And if I do play a game, I can record that and turn those into clips or just whatever the case may be. I just want to like, structure myself in a way that I can give myself that free time in a sense. And then I got to see how that stuff pans out too. But yeah, I done got myself on another tangent rant thing here. And I should have set myself to just chatting because it's already 12 a.m. And granted, I am off tomorrow, but we've been sitting on our chatting screen. I used to have the same mindset, but lost it over time. Yeah, I know you have. Like literally, as I said, you were far more outgoing as a kid than you were now that you're a lot older. Like younger you somewhat inspired me because of the fact that you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna make YouTube videos and do all this and that." And I'm like, "What are you gonna make a YouTube video about?" But it's just like it didn't matter what you was gonna make a YouTube about. You were just going to do it. That's the mindset that every content creator in a sense should have. Like I know a lot of people that I know personally are just like, I don't know what I would stream. Like, I don't even have the equipment or what. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you don't have it. Yeah, you have something to be able to do the things that you're already doing. Like, you have a mic, you have a console, you can already stream. Get out there and do the stream, build up a bit of an audience of like whatever you want to stream. And then, out of nowhere, somebody like one of your viewers might be like, you know what? I like what you've been doing. And I know that you don't have all this stuff. Here's $100 so you can go buy a new mic or buy a new webcam. Or you never know. You might get that one person that's just like, you know what, bro? I've seen you doing all this or sis or whatever. And they just like, I want to buy you a PC, just like if you didn't have a PC, or I want to buy you a laptop. You never know what can happen. The only way that it can't happen is if you don't, do the like if you don't go live. So it's just like, you got to get out there and just do the thing. That's why I'm like, whenever somebody's just like, I don't have the stuff to do all the like, I want mine to look professional. Who cares what it looks like as long as you're just doing it? That's the main thing. Do it so that once it's going, you can have something to show basically. All right, let me get myself situated. Let me get switched over because I know people are probably like, "Bro, you're not playing the game that you said you're supposed to be playing." I just realized that that's not even supposed to be on that scene. Wait, did I not set this to the right source? Alright, then pause the music. Why does my audio keep like messing up like that? Like I just keep peeping at that it's not coming through where it needs to come through at. Sound settings. Hold on, let me fix something. Where's my sound control panel at? Here we are. All right. That is correct, but you're probably not correct for some odd reason. No, you are correct, but why am I not hearing anything? It's weird. I don't hear anything. We're supposed to have audio. Yeah, because you guys aren't even getting audio. There we go. Now we got audio. I can hear it. That was weird. I don't know why I was doing that. Strange indeed. Okay. Now we can get back to the game. I think I like literally left off at the start of chapter 6. So like I'm literally. Okay, thank you, game. Like your supply request weapons has been canceled. Jeez, thanks for canceling my stuff for me, game. I really need it. Let's go check on Lou. Always check on Lou first thing.
That's right, to sleep.
Tell her to sleep, and then, yo, stop shaking so hard. All right, go back to sleep. Let me eat my bugs. Some things sound mad crunchy too. Yo, Kojima, think you could like talk to Ghost and like, you know, instead of having him drink the tea, get a ghost. Also, back to what I was talking to you guys earlier. Congratulations, Tetsuji. I saw that you said you became the manager of your place of work. So now you have to work more. Hopefully that came with a nice pay increase, hopefully. Because, you know, with my job, unfortunately, they're doing a bunch of dumb stuff. And granted, I do get like a decent raise here and there. but it's just like it's a lot of extra work that's just not always panning it all the way out a lot of the time. I'll be wanting to sit in the shower just like this too. And just be sitting there, just don't even like stand up, just sit there. All right. Go to the next room. What's in the next room?
You're okay. Come on.
What the?
Careful, careful,
Come on.
careful.
Come down.
You got it?
Come on.
What in the exorcism was this?
Thanks.
This is what happens when she has nightmares, it seems.
There are those who connect with the beach during REM sleep, allowing a tremendous amount of chiralium to flow into their bodies.
Hey, is your wrist gonna be okay?
Yeah.
You got injected.
Ran some blood and DNA tests on her
How old is she?
and checked her for signs of injury.
As far as we can tell from a medical perspective, her health is in perfect condition. But that doesn't make the chrysaloid shell in which we found her any less troubling.
That's the reason why I was asking.
Tar-like fluid that came pouring out of it.
How old is she?
We're
How
still
long she been in
analyzing
there?
those. And there's more.
You mean those suckers?
Indeed. But that's not what I'd call them.
Like a
Much
defense
closer
mechanism.
to a chiral rash, I would say. You know how chiral allergies can sometimes trigger goosebumps? It's like that, except a fair bit worse.
Also, if you guys need me to turn it up, let me know.
The tar-like secretions can accelerate the passage of time on contact.
Turn it up for myself.
We suspect she has dooms too.
And that when she's levitating, she's experiencing the nightmares common amongst sufferers.
That space or realm she left behind to come here. The fellow we saw called it Nirvana, I believe. But to me, it looked like the land of the dead.
Even so, she's a living human being, and I believe that she was born in that place. After things settled down, I spoke with her for a little.
Also,
I'll try to. She was still in
I'll ask it when we get out of this
which made
cutscene.
it harder to communicate.
Did she tell you her name?
Doesn't seem like she has one, as far as I could tell. So, I named her myself.
What'd you name her?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, huh?
Different name, but okay.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've recently received a report of brigands engaging in suspicious activity to the west. I'm sure you'd like to push on, but I don't think we can afford to ignore this.
So it's time for combat.
That's the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal to undertake this main order.
Bet. I get to go punch and shoot people. Don't ask me why I sounded so excited about that. I have a lot of frustrations to work out, especially after that last like encounter that the game put me in.
Before I forget, Sam, it seems you left some cargo behind outside the Northern Environmental Observatory, where the tar bubbled up before we were whisked away to the other side. You remember all that excitement, yes? Anyway, Tarman was kind enough to collect your cargo for us. It's been placed in your private locker aboard the DHV Magellan.
Okay. Thank you. So I was about to add.
Sam, we've received an urgent request from the Northern Environmental Observatory. Brigands to the west of the facility have got their hands on a large stockpile of weapons and have taken it back to their base. This happened shortly after the recent Tarfall abated. The surrounding area was littered with a massive quantity of cargo that had been washed up by the tar.
Okay.
Brigands wasted no time gathering up everything they could and hauling it back to their encampment. This included weapons and gear unlike any we've seen before. And now we've begun observing new brigand units in the field. These ones are wearing red, reinforced armor, accented with luminescent light strips.
Oh, like what's
As
his
their unique
face?
appearance suggests, they're more resistant to damage. Melee and electrical attacks are especially ineffective against them. These units have clearly been outfitted for close quarters combat, and their sudden deployment is troubling to say the least.
So go take care of him.
Their presence likely indicates that the brigands are gearing up for a raid of some sort. If we ignore this development, the brigands could use their new toys to attack the observatory, and there's no telling what might happen then. So we need to seize all of them before they have a chance to do so. Moreover, the latest data from the observatory strongly suggests an explosion of some sort occurred just beneath the Earth's surface not long ago.
Okay.
APAS analyzed the shockwave and has concluded that it is consistent with the type produced by ground-penetrating ordnance. This leads us to believe that the cargo the brigands secured may have included powerful explosive material.
So
Directly assaulting the brigands using firearms risks triggering these devices, and we cannot predict how that would affect the region. Any sort of catastrophic explosion may also have an adverse
so why are y'all sending me in like I'm some type of soldier?
More critical that you avoid combat and secure the cargo without alerting them if possible.
Oh boy.
I implore you to take on this main order, Sam. And soon.
All right. Sure. Okay. Oh snap! They really did give me a lot of stuff like to kind of rock with here. Do need to fix that road too. Now that I just think about that. That was like the main issue. Alright, we don't need all these extra guns, so... we literally don't need all this extra stuff. Alright, we'll make all this work. Alright, so what I was about to ask is, like, has you guys peeped everything that was happening with a certain YouTuber? What's going on, cuz? By the name of Corey Kenshin. Have you guys been seeing everything that was on Twitter about that? I think that gun's loud, so I can't even use that. Put in the holster. So I think this is loud too. Suited for covert ops? Okay, bet. I'll make you, and I'll make you. Put you in the holster. I can't put it on the hip anywhere. Thing is that he got caught up in the situation that this kind of like it's leading me to like it's a weird thing because okay, so some people might not personally agree with what I'm about to say. Some people might. It's a kind of it is what it is type situation. Personally, was he wrong in the sense of like how he approached talking to her? Yes and no. And what I mean by that is that, like, you know, but it also came off in a I don't like, again, there's a lot missing from the whole context of everything that like went on there. Because like I feel like this kind of also ties into like I feel like everyone's probably in a sense might have gone through a situation like this where it's like, you know, you were like really close with somebody and then, you know, things kind of just like went south for whatever reason. You know, like his approach to her, like especially in the message that we did see, like after that, I guess they hadn't talked for a while, that was kind of trash. But like he's also at that point in time was probably like what, 22, 23ish. So it's just like, yeah, that looks bad, but it's like he was young. Like everybody's young and does stupid things when they're young. Like there's no getting around that. Nobody can say like, oh, I didn't do anything stupid, I'm just a perfect individual. I'm gonna call you out on bullshit there. But jeez, a lot of points there. But her approach to all that, 1000% trash. Because just like, why would you deliberately break up the entire context of everything that you're talking about there? And then like you also mentioned the whole idea of SA, and then come to like, and then you put the whole story, like you break the story up into like 5 parts in a sense, like 4 to 5 parts, only to like, and then make a random like post on your page much later saying no, he didn't SA me. So it's just like, why are you like putting out this information in such a way that it makes it seem like everyone's gonna think that, and then they're gonna be like trying to cancel him, which she said then she's gonna like come out later saying, oh, I don't want to cancel him, I just want an apology. But you made it, you worded it and structured it in such a way that people are going to try to cancel him because of the fact that, you know, it looks bad.
Gotta stretch my legs.
Like that whole thing, it generally made me upset. Because just like she said that she's not trying to cancel him, but you structured it in such a way that somebody would try to cancel him for that because of the fact that like it just seems that way. And then to come to find out that she's, you know, like the whole she's not really holier than thou. Like relationships are a complicated thing, and then she's just like, you guys have an image of him, but this is not the real him. But it's just like, generally most people would realize that that's not the real him. He's literally a content creator. You're going to try to put out your best foot forward when you're a content creator. Everyone has like their flaws and no one's perfect. Everybody should know that. I don't want anybody out there thinking I'm perfect. I have my flaws. So it's just like, but like for her to say that, and then in knowing, on top of that, knowing his community, what he has fostered over the years, they dug up all of her, like, I won't say they dug up all of her dirty secrets, but they dug up a lot of her dirty secrets and just kind of like exposed her. And it's just like, now look at the situation that you done put yourself into. And it literally was just, you know, one person was interested in the other person. The other person was just, as he stated to her, I guess she showed the message that, you know, I'm not quite exactly ready for this type of relationship. Like, what you're wanting, I can't give that to you. Like, you can't get mad at somebody for being honest about that.
Someone's out there.
Let me go get ready to deal with this. I remember how to play this game again. And essentially, yeah, that's what. And the thing, again, to point this out, all of this took place back. I want to say it was 2016, and it's just coming to light in 2025. So you held on to this for that long. Like, why are you just like? It's almost been an entire decade. Now I can understand if like I the one thing I don't know for sure is if he like recently reached out to her, and then like, you know, that's what just made her like relive through a lot of like the issues and stuff. Like, if that's the case, okay, I can kind of understand why you're just like talking about it again. But I gotta get ready to fight. But if that wasn't the case, why are you like trying to like put this man in this type of situation? What the heck? That. Okay, let me get slightly focused for this. Woo, he dodged that. That was nice. Dodge this. So. Yeah, you can't dodge forever, buddy. I'm being shot at. Don't try to run me over. I will hit you dead in your head. Yeah, go ahead and fall out. But like that like it definitely got me thinking, because it's just like, you know, whenever you like you try to do the right thing, everyone like in a sense kind of like, you know, does what's best for them, and then it's just like, you know, you never know when that somebody just things just kind of go bad, and then they try to just completely destroy, you know, everything that you've done, because they're upset that you don't want to be in a relationship with them, or they're upset because you don't want to be their friend or something like that. You never know what somebody's like trying to do, like some shady stuff like that. What's that weird sound? Who saw me? Oh snap, I didn't even see you over there. Dummy. Alright, let me go take these resources and go fix the road. Is that up? Okay, I was about to say, they got like bombs on the wall here too? Somebody's on the ground out here somewhere. So like I laid you out, laid you out. There was somebody that was getting closer that I did see. Did they just like give up? But the only reason why I asked that because it's just like, does that make you guys think about like any like possible relationship that you might have had that went bad? I mean, some people might have already experienced something of this nature. So in a sense, I'm not necessarily asking, do you guys think that that would happen? Like, how would you handle it? But more so like if you've already experienced it, how did you handle it? And for those that potentially could be put in that situation, how would you handle it? Restore another road. Because even now, like, granted, this is what happened like 2 days ago, and Corey still hasn't said a word. Somebody put up an aid sign nearby. When he says trouble nearby and I don't immediately see... Oh, they're waking people up there. I did not give y'all permission to go wake up y'all friends. I just saw you. Hi, friend. They don't call me Static Shock, but, you know, I definitely put a shock to a system. Okay, we got 3 parts we need to go grab. Bro, is you in there asleep? Like, why are y'all just laid out? Like, I didn't do anything to them yet. Sleep permanently. That's kind of a wild statement to tell somebody. Just to pull up on somebody and be like, sleep permanently. Yeah, we about to steal all these resources too. Yeah, I don't need them. One up there. So it's crazy. I'm always thinking, overthinking every interaction. So yeah, because it's like it takes. See the blow, explode. Oh boy. Oh, good thing I've kind of already taken care of everybody. Like I definitely put like a fair bit of thought into like how I deal and handle things and whatnot. It's just like, okay, I don't want to come off a certain way. I don't want to, you know, offend anybody. It's just like certain things, like it's always like definitely a situation to be mindful of what you say and how you say it, because you don't want to just come off like to being that person that just, you know, seems instant, like just like they don't care about
That's the last of the cargo.
anything.
Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
Where? You was schmoving, but you about to go to sleep.
That's right.
Hey, Sam, you know that harmonica of yours? Why don't you try playing it for a little bit?
I got a harmonica. Oh. Did not know I had a harmonica. BB happiness up. I'm surprised by this. I did not realize that. Play so good, put him to sleep. You know, I just keep pressing the same button over. Let me see what it actually says. Equip it, press while resting to play a simple melody. Yeah, I only just press it once and he just keeps playing. Alright. Put my glasses back on. Wait, is he really thirsty? Oh, okay.
Just what I needed.
Some deep Kojima reference. Probably played at the right location and something else happens. Well, so how you doing, Tim? I'm looking at the path here. I don't want to risk that. Why do I say that? Because I have an entire bomb on my back. Cooked beef and broccoli for a dinner party, came out great. A walk and walk burner. See, like, wouldn't mind eating some beef and broccoli right now. Like, actually, I had some how did we get here? Okay, almost out. What did you find? I don't like how serious this music just got all of a sudden. Get back in my car and use the road. Wait a minute, now that we are, let me take a gander at the map. So we just need to take it back here. That's all we gotta do is just bring it back here? Okay, cool. Don't ask me where I got my license from. We make it work.
Okay, just a bit further now.
Make sure I don't hit my head up on that. Right. In perfect condition, all of it.
Did you really go out and steal all that stuff from the brigands? Way to go, Sam. Let me get started on processing your haul. I can't find a single scratch on any of this stuff.
Of course not. I put everybody to sleep before they could do anything.
You have accomplished so much, done things only you could have
Guideposts.
done. We want you to have this data as thanks.
You know what? That's fine. New bridge type. We could definitely use some new bridges.
We've increased your allocation of materials.
Yeah, whatever.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
I can't lie. I love the idea of this game being co-op and always online. But also, it's still a single player game. Like, that is the reason why I have such a high bridge link in serviceman level. Is because all the stuff that I randomly put around the game since it like came out and other people have been using it.
The guidepost data we just shared with you is great for making landmarks to prevent people from getting lost, even at night. And when you do place them, you'll find they're useful not only for getting your bearings, but also for creating routes that will facilitate travel for everyone. Aside from that, we've also made it so you can now use your PCC to fabricate bridges up to 80 meters in length. The rivers ahead of you are prone to flooding, so I imagine extra long bridges will be especially handy. Oh, and Sam, there's actually one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Go on.
A little insight into the cargo you recovered on our behalf. It included a device I believe you guys have taken to calling a chiral jammer. These jammers are capable of disrupting the flow of local tar currents. In addition, you also recovered some explosives modded to be able to penetrate the ground and detonate within the tar. This would destabilize the currents over a large area. Needless to say, both these items could have been used to deliver an enormous blow to the chiral network. In other words, we've really dodged a bullet. But what I'd like to know is why this tech wound up in their hands in the first place. Can't chalk it up to pure chance. Honestly, it's almost like those brigands knew in advance that the tar was hiding cargo. We've got to consider the possibility that someone gave them a heads up. Food for thought on the road ahead.
I know who it was.
Word, Sam. You'll be happy to hear that Tomorrow's regained consciousness. Once you're back on board the DHV Magellan, you should see for yourself.
Can I be like a little forward with you guys? I definitely want to go back and not only grab the resources that are back there, but start picking up random packages out here. It is like embedded into me to always want to go do that. And I'm like fighting the urge. Like, granted, grabbing the resources, that's not really an issue because, you know, we're gonna need it. But wanting to go back and grab the packages, that is the reason why I haven't finished this game already yet. It's not even that there's too much stuff to do, it's just I suffer from piece of candy syndrome.
This must be their territory.
Like, I want to like go and like return things and then like get my rank up so I can make new things. And then when I make new things, I was just like, I want to put this here to help somebody else that might be just starting the game because, hey, it's always nice to help somebody else out. And then it's just like, bruh, you are never going to get this game done like that. Oh, you guys are up. Y'all up, huh? All right.
A word of warning, Sam. That sniper rifle doesn't appear to be equipped with a suppressor.
Dahlman.
Meaning it will make considerable noise when fired.
Dahlman.
Take care not to attract the enemy's attention.
Dahlman. You go take cover. You ain't even have to make it very far. You about to go straight to sleep. Didn't I put you to sleep? Or you should be going to sleep any second now. Yeah, you know, I just kind of like every time it didn't turn red, I kind of peeped it. Let's see. Granted, I'm looking. Okay, now it's turning red. Can you guys tell I play third-person shooters? I did catch that guy peeking, though. You gotta give me credit on that one. Yeah, where are these resources that I was going to get to fix the road here? Ceramics and some metals around here too.
Okay.
His spine has got to be going through it. Alright, we got the ceramics we need. We'll put this inside the truck. There should be some metal around here somewhere. I don't get how these legs give this man a double jump, but you know, I ain't gonna question it. Did I hear something? Wait. I wish I could, like, the one thing that I wish they had in this game is that you could, like, drag the bodies. So I would definitely drag all of them into the water and just leave them there just to see what happens. But, you know, that's villain-esque thinking patterns. I'm not a villain. Just curious. For science. Did I leave here?
Just push on through.
Oh, it's my path. Okay. Speaking of repo, I still haven't like really made a whole lot of progress in that. Like, I think it's like the most we've managed to survive through was like 3 locations. Somebody actually drive a car up there towards? Where was that? Oh, that's not the car that I was driving. I'm a dork. Alrighty. Well, I'm a dork. Thank you for putting your tar gun there for somebody to use, I guess. Oh boy, it's a Rexy. Am I not supposed to be a Rexy? Why'd you take offense to me saying that? Can't get on the highway. I feel like that's the next road we need to get to, is the one all the way over there. Mayhaps? Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Alright, guess we're on road building duty today. It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah. Gotta make a road for me to drive. I'm not offended, I'm curious. So why did you say, am I not supposed to be a Rexy? Isn't that who you are? How, like, if you're not a Rexy, then who or what would you be? the road again. I keep making various different roads again. I'm gonna name this highway after Neku here. Oh no, but you said, oh boy, it's a Rexy, so I asked. You know, I'd say that about a lot of people. I say that about Miss Av. I'll say that about Pati sometimes. I definitely say it about Crazy. Like I've said it about Neku too. Whee! All right, this one needs a lot of resources. But that's okay, because if it needs a lot of resources, that means that's a lot of stuff coming back to me. Now we just need to go get 400 more metal. I happen to have resources over here that I can continue to take. Please tell me yes.
Okay.
Stretch my legs. You know, I'm not talking like Snake, but I kinda am. Alright, so there was some metal in there. I'll take all this. Take the blood bag too. I think I'm heading over there anytime soon, so absolutely not. How are you doing, Rexy? You missed a lot of stuff that was talked about earlier. Scuba doo doo scuba dee doo wing scuba doo dee doo scuba dee doo. I ain't gonna lie, I don't be trusting those ropes anymore after last time. I'm okay. I deactivated most of my social media accounts and that feels good. Why? did you deactivate your social media accounts? You're gonna rewind the VOD if you leave it up. That's kind of funny that she said that, considering what we were talking about earlier. Internet go? No, it doesn't look like my internet went out. Internet go? No, it doesn't look like my internet went out. Okay, we've reconnected with no data. Come on. Just dropping frames. Love to see it. Okay, you're attempting to reconnect. I don't know what's causing it to act this way. Are we stable? It looks like we might be stable. It's turning yellow. Looks like we might be in the clear. Okay, we're in the clear. It's green. All right. Not sure what caused that. I did pause it once I saw that Potsy said that the stream died. Oh, great. We're about to get a bunch of notifications again all over the place. We'd love to see that. You know, I just gotta do it for the one time. I ran over his face, that's all.
Okay.
I'm not violent. You're violent. I heard Rexy picked up a person and beat him with beat that person with another person. So that is the true definition of violent there. See myself going to either one of those locations back there. But I will take all this though. Yes, sirree. Also, good night, So-So. Kind of weird little critter hologram thing is that? Alright, granted, I don't think it's a